new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned into Bro Conversations. I'm so giddy, y'all. Oh, I'm ready. Hey. Yo, hey, what's poppin'? I am the host of the world's most poverty-stricken podcast, Og Oti. And you're now tuned in to another very fucking special episode of Broke Conversations, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, hope everybody's doing good, feeling good. Want everybody else in the universe to go good, man. I don't never wish bad on nobody. I don't got no enemies, but if I had them, I don't wish bad on nobody. Let's jump right into. Actually, before I even get into this bitch, this episode gonna be a little different. It's gonna be focused on music, and this is a hip hop podcast platform, but it's gonna be a little different today. I ain't gonna spill no more about it. I'm just about to show you what's popping. First of all, I need to get in the habit of saying this. If you're seeing this on YouTube, and if you're not. First of all, please go to YouTube, Broke Conversations YouTube page. Please like and subscribe. Turn the notification bells on there. I need to get in the process of saying that. And if you're on Apple Music, whatever, if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave a review. Spotify, all that shit, same thing. Anyway, jump right into it. My energy here today. I ain't smoke, ain't do nothing today. My energy, my thoughts, they all in order. I'm ready. Let's go. The first topic I even want to start off with is recently, Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak. Anderson Paak is one of my favorite, most influential artists ever when it comes to just making real music and making shit that lasts forever. Not a lot of people, and I feel like I'm not to toot my own horn. I feel like I possess somewhat of that. You know, I feel like a lot of my songs I can listen to over and over and over again, but at the same time, I do get tired of it. So I am anxious. And I am anxious to make some more, but more. Stay tuned for that. More music updates. That will be at the very end of this. Fast forward, do what you do, the fuck you gotta do. But Anderson Paak and Bruno Mars have collabed together, and the name of their group or their collaboration, whatever, it's called Silk Sonic. Stop saying amazing. I gotta stop. I say that shit way too much. This shit is culture shifting. Like this shit is stupendous. I feel like the look and the sound. I spent last night and I listened to the intro of the Silk Sonic intro, which was cool. But the song I really wanted to get into, and I really wanted to get into the specific analytics of that song. It's Leave the Door Open. This song was 4 minutes long, so I want to even break it down from there. Like they've only put out, or at least on Spotify, they've only put out 2 songs: the intro and Leave the Door Open. There isn't they ain't put an album out yet, but whenever they do, the numbers is gonna be crazy because first of all, Leave the Door Open. That's the title of the song by Silk Sonic, by the way. Leave the Door Open. First of all, it was 4 minutes, but second of all, it came out on March 4th. Today is March 12th when I'm recording this shit right now. And they have and this is just on one streaming platform, over 22 million streams on that one song, Leave the Door Open. And they deserve it. They deserve every... If it's anybody in this industry who's shown and proved since... And let's speak on both of them. I don't know about Anderson Paak's old catalog like back in the day, but I started getting on him around 2016, 2017. I was listening to the Malibu album, and then going on from that, he progressed as an artist, and then he got the Smokey Robinson feature on the song. I think it's called Let's Stay Together, or Do You Want to Stay Together, or yes, something like that. And just that alone, I don't even gotta say much about that. Like, how many people, especially young artists, he probably in his early 30s, maybe mid 30s. How many people do you know that make that type of music, or make pop style music, or funk, modern day funk type shit, or how many people do you know that get the co-sign from Smokey Robinson and got a hook from him, got a whole verse from Smokey Robinson? Not a lot. But just to specifically give a little backstory on this, if you know Bruno Mars, you knew him back when B.O.B. was popping, back when Nothing on You came out. And that, I feel like, I want to say that was 2008, but I don't think I was 8. I was probably 9, 10, maybe 11. So maybe 2008, 9, 10, or 11. That song dropped around then, and you could really tell that niggas wasn't bullshit. Niggas wasn't just making songs just for the radio, and that was it. Because Bruno, he kept doing it. He kept doing it. And then fast forward, look at now. Look at Bruno Mars' career. Even before he merged with Anderson Paak or Paak, he had a Cardi B feature. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's just artistry speaks for itself. You really don't need but yeah, you really don't need to break it down too much if you know the legacy behind the people that they make connections with. But yeah, this stop saying amazing. I'm trying to stop it, y'all. I wrote it down. I said stop saying amazing, but yeah though, this, this this is fucking great. This is something that's gonna change shit. And the fact that I even wanted to bring up how long the song was, it was 4 minutes. It had the vibe and the feel and the texture of a old 70s 80s record, you know what I'm saying? And then I believe I saw a music. I don't know if they made actually no they did. I was on Anderson Paak's or Bruno Mars Instagram, and yeah, they was either doing a music video or a live performance, but that's damn near the same thing. I saw that and the way that the whole band was moving and shifting and stuff. A lot of artists, they can't and they won't do that. Like for example, I don't know if y'all saw a couple months or maybe a year back, Chief Keef did a live performance of Finito with a live band, and it was a different type of vibe, a different. It wasn't. You didn't have the electronic. You didn't have the beat. You know what I'm saying, to carry you through the song. He had to come with the energy and shit, and he did, and he most definitely did, and he exemplified whatever the idea was behind creating Finito in that performance, you know. But that's the thing. A lot of artists, they're not able to switch over or to switch tones and cadences even on the same exact song, because when you think about it, me, I've never, I be going through that shit sometime. I be going through I be going back listening to my songs. I only have like 7 or 8 songs. Go check it out, Og Oti on SoundCloud. But yeah, when I go back in my catalog, you can get tired of listening to the same exact cadence on the beat on the song. You know what I'm saying? I get tired of myself, and that's something that influences me to make different songs. But if you a big artist, a big like I said, I'm just a local rapper right now. But if you a big artist and you go on stage and months after months after months of performing the same song, and let's even use Nothing on You as an example. If Bruno Mars, he probably don't, yeah, Bruno Mars, he got so much music out now. But if he did perform Nothing on You, it's gonna be a different cadence, a different way you sing it or rap it. You know, it's gonna be a different tone, a different pitch, just so they can switch it up, just so they can have that energy and not just be like, oh yeah, I made it just like this in 2008, so I'm just singing like, oh Nothing on You. You know, switch up the pitch and shit. But yeah, this. Now I feel like I probably got all my thoughts out, but either way, this shit, fuck, this shit is gonna shift that genre of funk music and shit like that, and it's coming out in 2021. It's gonna shift that, and it's gonna be most definitely a benchmark, a mile marker, if you would, in the whole bigger scheme of the music industry. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, 22 million streams. It hasn't even been 2 months, bro. I don't even think it's been 2 weeks because today's the 12th. Like, come like 8 days. 22 million streams in 8 days on one platform. Imagine Tidal, imagine Apple Music, imagine other SoundCloud, other smaller streaming services. Like, bro, this is very promising, and this is gonna be a big component. I ain't trying to stress too much on it, but be on the lookout for Silk Sonic. Shout out to Bruno, Silk Sonic. Big ups to Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak. Shout out to them. Real fucking musicians, real artists. Moving on, I want to speak about this. Recently, I don't know if you know or if you're a fan of No Jumper like I am. I be watching No Jumper interviews sometimes, and I recently, a few weeks, I think a week ago or 2 weeks, I watched the Draco the Ruler interview, and it was cool. I like this vibe and shit like that. And then from there on, I went and I listened to his latest album called The Truth Hurts, the Truth Hurts by Draco the Ruler. And honestly, I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna give you my initial feelings on him. When I first listened to the song, I was like, oh, he was like whisper rapping, you know, and I thought it was cool. It sounded good, but one of the first things came up in my mind was, how are you gonna perform this? You know, whenever shows and shit get back, because you can't just be whispering. I mean, you can, but you want to get the energy turned, and you want to really connect with your fans and really make some shit that people will remember, even if they only went to that one concert in their whole life, they're gonna remember and be talking about that shit your whole life. So you're gonna need that energy and that turn shit. I don't know exactly how it's gonna sound, jumping around the stage, maybe even dancing, whatever he chooses to do. All that, and with the whisper shit. So I guess he gonna have to, like I said, like I just said with Bruno Mars and them, change up the cadence, change up the energy and the focus and shit. But as I progress down the list of songs, I think I probably just press shuffle on shit. I and also one of the big reasons why I even wanted to listen to this shit is because he got a Drake feature. But the thing about Drake features is, or I'm not even gonna say Drake features. The thing about Drake himself as an artist right now is, what? Hold on. I'm about to look up that song. But let me finish this topic. The thing about Drake as an artist is he Drake has like three main modes, and it's normally like, oh, I'm really rapping right now, or I'm really talking to the females, or I'm getting my get back, I'm being petty and shit like that, and the other shit is, when he chooses to cross over to the, I guess the drill shit. Now that I think about it, that's his three main modes, because he always consistently goes back to it. The drill shit is kind of newer, so it's not really as solidified as the first two things, but still, that my point still stands. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I per se, I didn't like the way that song sounded, but every other song on the album is fire. It's not too many artists that can. I don't even want to say drill, because I feel like that it's not many. I'm gonna say aggressive. It's not that many artists that are in that aggressive song making lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I shoot you, I kill you, and it sounds good. A lot of people, they like I said before, a lot of people, they copy and paste. Oh, this was my favorite rappers doing blah blah blah, and that's the thing about inspiration and shit is, inspiration can only go one way. If I inspire you, I would hope to only inspire you to be more of yourself and find out really who you are. I feel like that's the only way of really being truly inspired. Other than that, if you just copy and paste and you just being a copycat, you just sounding like this nigga over there, this nigga over there, you're not winning. You really left in the past. And like I said, and the fact that a lot of people, they are in that same topic of in that same rapping lane or music making lane and shit like that, and they're not doing it right. I love the way that Draco is coming in with it. I can't say that he sounds like any rapper that I know, or at least of late times or recent times, because keep in mind, this is the first and only Draco the Ruler project that I've listened to all the way. Well, I don't even think I heard the whole thing. I probably listened to most of it, probably about 75% of the shit. But yeah though. Shout out to him and the whole LA scene. Shout out No Jumper, all that shit. Damn, what was I about to look up? Oh yeah, the Drake feature. I don't care. I don't care about it that much. But let me move on. And this topic is gonna be a little bit heavier. I had to start off with a dab of hip hop, since this is the hip hop podcast, and I'm talking about whatever the fuck I want to, nigga. I wanna speak on my top. And listen, this is not in no order. These are just albums that I thought of, and I thought that would really like had a classic sound. Like damn near, if you heard it for the first time, this is an instant classic. So I made a little top 5 list, and I want to speak on, when in my whatever. Just let me do it. I'm talking too much. Yeah. First on the list, I got Age Ain't Nothing But a Number album by Aaliyah. It came out in 1994. Classic. Classic. And the thing about this is, I believe R. Kelly A&R this album, man. It will make sense, because it's like it's really a slap in the face now. Everything, the way the timeline really laid out. He in jail now for the shit that has something to do with, him. Obviously not caring about age. He was like, oh fuck, it's just a number. Obviously that's how he felt. That's the logic he took, right? So it's really funny how you can see and you can notice how like life happens in so many mysterious and funny ways. But yeah, off of that, it's so fucked up that Aaliyah is gone. R.P. Aaliyah, man. R.P. Aaliyah. It's so fucked up. She was so talented, and I don't know if you know, but I've been on this album for a few years now, probably about two or three constant years. I don't listen to it all the time. Don't get me wrong. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be listening to some hype pop shit or some shit that's new that came out this year. But whenever I get my moods, whenever I want to turn on some some oldies. I guess that's what you would call it. That's most definitely what I turn on. And red lights. Wait, nah, damn, that's TLC. I'm tripping. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, AJ nothing but a number. If you don't know, now you know. Go listen to the album. Man. Aaliyah is one of the um. It's what they say is really true, man. It seems like the good always die young. It don't. You can see a crackhead, you can see a murderer murder somebody right in front of you or smoke her right in front of you. Them niggas will, or for years and years and years, them niggas will just they cool. But the best, sometimes the best out of all of us, the ones that give everybody around everybody, more inspiration, like the people to have not even explosive, but expressive personalities and people that really want other people to do good. It's so fucked up. You see the headlines, they die too much. They die too frequently. It's not even. Ain't nothing fair in life, and that's just how it go. But another album that is one of my big inspirations. Actually in my childhood because it came out in 2010, and actually this album actually come with a funny story. This is the first album or physical copy album. This is the only album I've ever bought with my own money. I was 10 years old. I ain't like had a job with her. My mom, she gave me some bread or whatever. I was in Walmart. Oh damn! I'm not Walmart. I think I was in Walgreens because that's the only place. If you know, you know. The candy Jujubes. That's the only place you can get them, or maybe if you order them online. I fuck with them shit's heavy. If you don't fuck with them, fuck you. But nah, but for real, try them bitches out. But yeah, I was in Walgreens, and then they had like CDs set up. Damn, that was probably the last time they ever did that shit. Cause who's selling CDs now? Not even the little smoke shop, the A-rap stores. I be seeing no more. At the fucking Lucky Star. But yeah, though, this album by Michael Jackson, and it was called Michael. I loved it. I loved it a lot because I never growing up, my mom and my stepdad, he used to always play some. My stepdad used to always play Kanye and stuff like that. But my mom and him, occasionally they would listen to Michael Jackson and shit. And I would always be accustomed to listen to PYT, the Bad album, the Bad remaster. They had that on CD and stuff like that. A whole lot of Michael Jackson and historic shit, the Billie Jean records, all that shit. That was cool, but for me to cop that album in 2010 and for it to sound like how it sounded, it had features from 50 Cent, features from Akon, Hold My Hand, and iconic songs, and it sounded up to date. I love this album, and I always will. And I felt actually, I think I still got it. I still got the physical copy in my room. I just don't know where it is, and I don't really care. I use Spotify now, but but yeah, this was the first time I've ever could make that could weld that generational, I guess generational gap. You know what I'm saying, between the old shit and the new shit. And I didn't know that Michael, as big of a pop star, rock star, whatever you want to call him, I didn't know that he had it in him to, come to the younger artists and not even that, like the whoever was producing the beats, it sounded like it's not even up to date because in 2010 when I think about it, it sounds like some shit that could come out now, which is exactly why it's on the list of classic albums. This shit is classic. The first time I heard it, the first song, no cap, I didn't even get past the first song on the album without replaying. Hold My Hand by with Akon. That's one of the most. I listen to it now, give me goosebumps down there, tears in my eye. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. But yeah, shout out that album's called Michael. By and obviously I think it was around the time that he died, because otherwise why would you name, everybody know who Michael Jackson is, why would you name him Michael? That was shit. That was lame as fuck. If anything, they could have just named the album name the album one song off of the Michael album. Why would you name it Michael? But fuck it, do what you do. That was probably the whole legal system, whoever, and who knew, and who knows who owned Michael Jackson's masters after he died. Hopefully it will be his family and his team and shit like that, and people that have his best interest. But who the fuck knew? Who the fuck knew, and who knows? But yeah, and the thing about that album was it wasn't too long. It wasn't 14, 20, 40 tracks. I think it was like maybe 10, maybe 11, 12. It was very short and concise. The songs, they didn't drag on, and that's another thing. Going back to the reason why I talked about how long Leave the Door Open was by Silk Sonic. Back in the day, people would get off, like for example, open your Spotify, open your Apple Music, go to YouTube and type in James Brown. some 1960s, 1970s, bro, them songs would be 10 minutes long, and it wouldn't be him singing the whole time. Most of the time, it'd be a jazz solo, a piano solo, or flute, so whatever the fuck. Like, people really used to give 100% on one song of the album, and that's why music it's really shifted today. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, it was about being in the moment and feeling shit. But now it's about replay value. All right, cool. Let me make this 30-second song. Let me make this minute song. So you be like, damn, I really like that song. I want to listen to it over and over again. And that's how you get paid, and that's how you can loophole the system. But nah, bro. Sometimes you gotta let shit breathe. You gotta get a fucking guitar solo. You gotta put that shit in there for sure. But let me move on. Another album that is on this list of classic albums. Actually, oh damn, it's a rap album. I really didn't even want to put rap on this, but I don't give a fuck. This album really taught me a lot, especially as of recently, because I'm going back to it and back to it. I've only been listening to this album. It's called The Art of Storytelling by Slick Rick. Came out in 1999. Just a fun fact. I was born. I came out in 1999, September the 9th. So and it's so funny because every time I dive in Spotify or whatever, or I look at a song, I've yet to hear a song or an album that came out in 1999 that was trash, that I did not like at all. That's big. That's some shit that niggas can't say. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, that I've yet to for my whole birth year, from all the music that I've ever listened to in my life, I've yet to hear a bad song or a song I didn't like that came out in 1999. Even if it was a genre of music that I wouldn't own like that, I could hear a country song in 1999. That shit probably fire. Yeah, but that's just a fun fact about me. But yeah, I've learned a lot, especially as a recent. And I'm gonna expound on this more towards the end. As a recent, just me, I've been like analyzing and breaking down rappers' flows and like counting bars and shit like that. I'm counting pockets because normally, or not even normally, the way I used to write, or I'm trying to transition out of it now, but the way I write normally is I just think of something that's true, and I write 4 bars out from it. They got something to do with it, or maybe it don't. But the thing about damn, excuse me, the thing about that is that's cool, but I want to be able to jump in and out of cadences. I want to be able to put one rhyme, two rhyme, one rhyme, one rhyme, two rhyme, one thing that don't rhyme, and then another rhyme to rhyme with the two. You know what I'm saying? And just keep on expounding and creating flows and different shit. So honestly, I was well. Fuck. I guess I can get to the topic now. Nah. Actually, nah. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So yeah. This album, the art of storytelling by Slick Rick, it really showed me, how crazy and how unexpected hip hop can be, and how elegant and how elegant you can be, and how you can be perceived as being that, being in your elegance while you rapping, while you making music, while you making some shit that's really supposed to be classic and is going to be classic. You gotta build. Being good at rap is not. That's only 1% of the overall. Oh, shit. Being good at rap, that's only 1% of the overall bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing. You gotta be able, especially today's age, nigga, you got to be able to freestyle. You got to be able to just tell a story, and those are the two areas that I've been actually working on, with myself and shit like that. And i.e., the song Vices. If you don't know that song, go listen back to go to my SoundCloud, Og Oti. I put out a song called Vices, and that was basically that was basically the first time I've ever like dedicated an entire song just to tell one story. Speak about myself, speak about my vices, speak about my struggles and the shit I went through. And I've been slowly, going and transitioning. The last time I did that was Sunrays. Nah, but Sunrays was all over the place. Yeah, Sunrays was all. It's the greatest. It's my best song, my greatest song. Go check that shit out. But but yeah, though, actually go to my click the link in the description. I because when you see this on YouTube, this shit will be in the link. But yeah, though, a lot of people, yeah. I don't even want to go too crazy on that. But fourth on the list is Bill Withers' "Just as I Am," which came out in 1971. This was I think this is the first and really the only album I've ever listened to by Bill Withers all the way through. But this is stop saying amazing. This is yeah. Let me expound. This is it, and it's more than amazing. Even if I would say that, it's more than that. It's just it's back to the topic of real music. You know, a lot of the songs on this album, "Just As I Am" by Bill Withers, are maybe 9 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just him hogging the shit. Like, people really used to get together. Even the people that aren't named on the shit, the musicians, the drummers, like, people would get off, go the fuck off, have a drum solo, whatever the fuck, and really just have fun on the motherfucking track. You know? So yeah, some shit that speak to your soul. Bill Withers, he just got that voice. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's the dude that made the song "Lovely Day, Lovely Day, Lovely." If you seen Roll Bounce, you know what I'm talking about. Lovely day, when I wake up in the morning, you know what I'm talking. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. The dude that features on the movie Roll Bounce. If you ain't seen that, you losing, or you just young as fuck. Get the fuck. Nah, I'm playing. I'm fucking with you. But yeah though, Bill Withers, real music. 1971. Let me move on. "Crazy Sexy Cool" by TLC. This is my favorite TLC album, and my favorite song by TLC is "Red Light Special," which is on this album. And it just brings certain like. And the thing about this is, I wouldn't even say this whole album would be R&B to it, this whole album doesn't exemplify the example of R&B. You know what I'm saying? It's not the definition of it. They some tracks they had the pop shit. Some tracks that they were trying to get some bars off and rap shit, and that's the same thing Ali used to do. Bump this shit in your Jeep. You know what I'm saying? Drop maybe 8 or 16 bars, then get right back to singing. Multi like verse and stuff like that. Fuck. That's the one thing about groups though. When you with people and shit like that, a lot of them, most of them, they don't last because people and interest change. Maybe I want to do this right now. Maybe I'll turn up for this album, but after that I'm done. And a lot of people, they don't understand the inner workings of shit. It's just like a family, just like a relationship. Any any and every relationship. But yeah though. But yeah. Crazy Sexy Cool, 1994. Whenever I get my oldies bag, I love to hop back in the 90s, hop back in even the early 2000s, or hop back in the 80s, 70s, even 70s sometimes. Like, the thing, you can learn even in hip hop. My favorite genre is rap. My favorite genre is hip hop. Even in that, you can learn so much from. You can learn. You can learn so much from older music. Just like for shit. Fuck it, I'll talk about it now. Just like damn, what I just say. Damn, what I just say. Oh, crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can you can learn a lot from about rap music from other genres. Just for example, I was recently, yeah, that's what I was doing. I was recently working on or I have been recently working on writing some bars for the song Alicia Keys. Oh yeah, Alicia Keys. You don't know my name, and I actually recently did some research on the sample. That sample came out in the 1970s, 1975, 1974, around the era. By some people. Damn, I don't even know their name. I don't even think that was two. I don't know. That was probably popping back then. But yeah, you can take certain elements from music. That's the thing about music. Music is ubiquitous. You can use any sample, mix songs and stuff like that. Like, DJ's been doing that shit from back in the day. So it's really funny because shit. Even my niece, she be on that shit. She be on her phone sometimes, and she be mixing songs, and it be sounding good. But when you really think about it, the roots of hip hop, it was DJing, breakdancing and storytelling, shit like that, and freestyling, and a few other more elements. And this shit don't change. This shit don't change. It just evolve into a different form of something that you think changing, but it's really not changing. Niggas ain't saying nothing too different or too crazy that niggas weren't saying back in the day. Besides this and dead homies, that's probably the biggest and really the only main really difference. Like, niggas are saying the same thing. People talking about sex back in the day, that they were just covering it up. Oh, I want your love. I want your, you know what I'm talking about. Especially oldies music lovers. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, look, jump inside my love and shit like that. It's like, bro, if you grown, what the fuck, what's popping. But yeah though, that was my top classic albums, and just to gloss back over it. My list was Age Ain't Nothing But a Number by Aaliyah, Michael by Michael Jackson, Michael by Michael Jackson, the album shortly after he died. The Art of Storytelling by Slick Rick, and Just As I Am by Bill Withers, and Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC. If you're a music lover and if you love real classic music, like classic, like instant classic, you heard it for the first time, this shit classic. You heard it for the second time, feel the same way you felt the first time, and so on and so forth. If you a lover of music, please go check those out. Moving on. This one a little different. I ain't even gonna keep. this topic a little different. All right, KPIX 5 CBS news reporter in San Francisco gets robbed at gunpoint in the suburbs while reporting on a homeowner. Let me start. I fucked up. All right. KPIX 5 CBS news reporter in San Francisco recently got robbed at gunpoint in the suburbs while reporting on a homeowner getting their car jacked recently. They said it was four suspects, one driver, somebody hopped out with a gun, and the other two they hopped out strong on the camera crew. They said basically they kind of had a little bit of footage of it, but not of the people, just of the news dude. He had his hands up and shit like that. It was an old dude. He had all white hair. It ain't like he was gonna fight him. Well, actually he could have. This shit was crazy because it's like, damn. And it's in the suburbs, like that was a word that they used in this article more than once. So it's like it's not like they was in the slums. The the assailants, they pulled up, robbed the camera crew from CBS of their cameras. You know what I'm saying? Niggas on some next level shit, bro. Now that I think about it, niggas really on some next level shit. You robbing the camera crew to probably shoot a music video out of this bitch. Fuck it, do you? But this shit was very ironic, and it was an older white dude, so you wouldn't think. But fuck it, I guess they the Swedish licks. They got the most to lose. You break a hip, you ain't gonna heal the same way you would heal if you was my age. You was 20 years old. So hey, go ahead and get that shit up. God damn, niggas got robbed reporting on a robbery. Damn. Where you heard that at, nigga? Broke conversation. I guess that's where you heard it. But yeah, that shit was crazy. DM comment down below. What do you think about that situation? Would you risk? This not a would you risk it segment, but let me know. Would you risk robbing somebody with a camera that's on live TV and shit like that? Would you do it? Would you not? How you feel about it? Let me know how you feel in the motherfucking YouTube comments, nigga. Use my comments, nigga. Moving on. For the last topic, or damn near last topic, I don't know if y'all saw the celebrity basketball game, Quavo and Jack Harlow versus 2 Chainz and Lil Baby. Lil Baby, I ain't gonna cap. That nigga looked like a little baby on the court. He couldn't dribble at all. He wasn't really getting no passes off. He got blocked and his shit snatched a couple times. Niggas was the only two people that was really hoop. Even Jack Harlow. I think he got maybe like 2 or 3 points. It was a 2-on-2 game to 21. Right. They had the refs out there. All that shit. Cool. It was cool. But I think 2 Chainz was so cool with, first of all, 2 Chainz, he probably in his older 30s, maybe early 40s or mid 40s or whatever. So he not gonna be the one putting his body on line. I guess 2 Chainz expected his passing ability to be cool and Lil Baby to be able to do shit, but nah, no cap. Them niggas was strapping him the fuck down. Quavo and Jack Harlow, they won, if you didn't know. Quavo was damn near the MVP, had 11 blocks, 28 steals, and they had a triple-double in the 21 game. Like, no cap. Like niggas was hitting shots and crazy. Quavo jumping looked stupid crazy, too. It was really cool to see. It was a real spectacle to see, especially to see 3 Atlanta artists plus Jack Harlow, to actually do that and to come together and be cool and shit like that. And them niggas was aggressive as fuck. Niggas wasn't liking the rep calls, none of that shit. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and go ahead and look that shit up. Look at highlights if you don't want to see the whole thing. That shit was crazy. And I feel like Just cause niggas rap about hooping or they put hooping bars in they shit, that don't mean you a real hooper. That's all I gotta say about this shit. That don't mean you a real hooper. Lil Baby, niggas was doing him rude, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. And it's crazy. He ain't even touch the ball most of the time. Like niggas was relying on 2 Chainz and 2 Chainz not gonna be able to, unless he just shoot. He not gonna be able to keep going in and laying up and with the strength and going through and shit like that. But yeah, that shit was fire. I really hope that we get a chance to see another one, because I don't know if y'all know, after that, a bunch of beefs has sparked up. Cause people was talking shit as they do on social media. So I don't even want to bring up no names, because I'm not talking about nothing until it's already happened or it's really going to be in the works. So niggas can talk they shit on the sidelines, whatever. You want on the motherfucking court. That's all I got to say. But shout out to everybody involved: Quavo, Lil Baby, 2 Chainz, and Jack Harlow. For real, that's some real shit. Jack need to work on his handles in the jumper. That's all I got to say. But yeah though, props to them. And to go ahead and wrap this whole situation up. Yeah. I just want to expound on my songwriting process. Like I said, initially I wanted to, I don't know, I guess I was overzealous. Initially, I wanted to drop the "You Don't Know My Name" freestyle within a couple of weeks or whatever. But now that I see where my and it's not like I'm trash. I'm not trash. I'm getting better every day. Like I'm going on. I'm finding beats every day, and I'm freestyling every day, and I'm making crazy schemes and shit like that. And I'm working my muscle. I'm working my mind muscle and shit like that. It's getting super good. I want to get to a certain point where but before I drop that "You Don't Know My Name" freestyle, I want to get to a certain point in my comfort in this rap shit. I want to get to a certain point. I want to make sure that I can go in the rap god mode with ease, like in and out. And I'm talking about the freestyling, especially writing shit down. Cause writing shit down, I ain't really got no issue with that. But hey, I'm a student of the game. I never feel like I got everything figured out, because I know I don't. I know it's a whole lot of shit I gotta learn from. And I ain't gonna lie, I listened to the West Side Guns version of "You Don't Know My Name." Oh my god, that nigga murdered that shit years ago. He murdered that shit. And if I'm not coming with that same energy or more, I'm not even gonna play myself at all. So listen, "You Don't Know My Name" freestyle will be coming in a few years. Nah. Hopefully a couple months, but honestly, it may take up to a year or whatever. But in between time, I will be looking for new beats. Actually, I ain't gonna care. I think I found me a beat yesterday that I want to start making something to, but I just don't got a subject to it right as of this moment. But yeah. This has been the Broke Conversations podcast, the world's most poverty-stricken podcast. We broke, nigga. And just so you know, merch is on the way soon. I paid somebody to make a logo. They haven't made it yet. It's cool, cause everybody busy and shit like that. But hey, my logo will be coming out, and I will be making merch most definitely this year, unless he take another 9 months. But yeah though, merch will be coming out very soon. You will be seeing me with a Broke Conversation shirt. I'm a fuck Shopify, fuck all that shit. I know some places in my city that will print shirts, and whenever I get the merch shit together, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna get the best prices. I'm gonna do all that shit. So like I said, I'm gonna do the outro again. I'm your host Og Oti. This is the world's most poverty-stricken podcast, Broke Conversations, and yeah, peace. For a new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned in to Broke Conversations.